Assalamualaikum and greetings to our accounting lecturer, Encik Zafiruddin bin Baharum. My name is Iman binti Muhammad Nasir. First of all, on behalf of our group, I would like to thank you for guiding us throughout this whole project. For this project, we were required to interview a business to inquire information on that business itself. So, without further ado, let's get into the background of the business, shall we? The name of the business that we have chosen is Arm Gadget World Enterprise. It is a sole proprietorship type of business and it is located in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Based on what the owner said, capital contribution consists of friends and family. The business activities are buying and reselling second-hand gadgets and also repairing cell phones. Now let's dive into the history of the business, like how did it even start? Based on the owner, he said that observations in the marketplace were done, and in 2017, there was a high demand for reselling of gadgets. So, the business first started off online. They promoted their gadgets through social media, especially Facebook. In 2 years' time, the business started to build up and started to do phone repairing services. Now let's talk about the business journey. Like I said earlier, the business first started off online and it was quite difficult to identify genuine customers because there are a lot of scammers out there. Second-hand gadgets are bought from customers and then resold back to other customers. The business challenges are it is hard to find customers and the business has to determine the authenticity of the gadgets, the cell phones, especially iPhones. Because the owner told us that the business are on a lookout for iPhones because that's the most best-selling brand in the business. The downside of it is that there are some fake iPhones and some real ones. It is time consuming for them to identify the authenticity one by one. Here is a short video on the business activities. As you can see, there are a lot of gadgets in the display and there are also customers communicating with the staff to buy a cell phone.
Arm Gadget World meets all the characteristics of a sole proprietorship business. First and foremost, the business is registered under Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia (SSM), which acts as proof and acknowledgement that the business is legitimate and has been legally registered. The second point is about the capital, which is also known as owner's equity. The owner started the business with his own personal savings of 20,000 ringgit and he has never taken any loan for the business. The business is owned by an individual named Tengku Rafishah, but their decision-making process involves his workers' opinions. For example, the owner will discuss with the workers, for example, to decide the best price for their services. Furthermore, the business is separate from the owner. The owner says that he uses different accounts for business transaction and personal use and records them separately. Apart from that, Arm Gadget World has unlimited liability depending on the owner's financial capabilities. The business may have as many assets and liabilities as it wants. However, due to his understanding that the owner will suffer the risk of profit and loss, Mr. Tengku Rafishah refrains from taking any loans so that he has no responsibilities and there is less chance of someone stealing his personal assets. Personal assets will be used to make up if the company experiences a loss and its assets are sufficient to cover the loss. Last but not least, ARM Gadget World financial statements such as statements of financial position and income statements are not disclosed to the public, and it is not required by the statutory to be audited. This is the organizational chart of the business. It consists of board director, assistant director, manager 1, manager 2, and staff. ARM Gadget World Enterprise use a software called Invoice Home for their accounting records. This is the example invoice produced by the software.
So now I'll be presenting the classification of business item for a company that specializes in selling second-hand gadgets. So we'll be discussing on their assets, liabilities, capital, revenues, and expenses. This information is based on an interview with the shop owner. So first, let's look at the shop assets, which represent the resources owned by the business. Assets are divided into current and non-current assets. Current assets are the assets that are expected to be converted into cash or used up within 1 year. Within 1 year. For example, inventory, 50,000 ringgit. This includes all the second-hand phones and other gadgets in stock for resale. And then we have account receivable, 2,000 ringgit. It's the money owed to the shop by customers who purchase items on credit. Then we have 50,000 ringgit for cash at bank, 3,000 ringgit cash in hand. And then let's look at the non-current assets, which are the long-term investment that are not expected to be converted into cash within a year. For example, fixtures and fittings. This includes the value of furniture, display units, and other fixtures in the shop. These are long-term assets and not expected to be converted into cash within a year. Now, let's look at the shop liabilities, which represent the obligation the business needs to fulfill. Liabilities are also divided into current and non-current liabilities. For current liabilities are obligations that the business needs to settle within 1 year. For example, account payable, 12,000 ringgit. Accrued expenses, it is expenses that have been incurred but not yet paid, such as wages and utilities. These are short-term obligations. Then we also have non-current liabilities that are long-term obligations that are not due within the next year. For example, bank loan, 2,000 ringgit. Now, moving on to capital, which represents the owner investment in the business. For example, 2,000 ringgit. This initial amount invested by the owner to start the business. Now let's discuss the shop revenues, which are the earnings generated by the business operations. For example, sales, 80,000 ringgit from selling second-hand phones, gadgets. Then we have repair services, that is income from providing repair services for phone and other gadgets. Then we have accessory sales for 4,000 ringgit and 500, and we also have advertising revenue, 3,000 ringgit. It's the income generated from advertising, primarily through platforms like Facebook. Then lastly, we have expenses, which are the costs incurred in running the business. So let's look, we have 1,200 ringgit for for monthly rent for the shop space in the mall, we have 6,000 ringgit. Salaries and wages, it's the payment made to the employees. We have 400 ringgit for utilities such as electricity, and we have cost of goods sold, COGS, the cost for purchasing the second-hand phones and gadgets that are sold for 10,000 ringgit. So in summary, this structure helps maintaining a clear financial overview and ensure informed decision making for the growth of the business.
I will explain about how the business processes and record financial transaction. Firstly is stock purchasing. They buy stock from supplier using the Taobao app to get a lower price of the stock. And they're focusing on using iPhone because of today's demands. They also acquire stock based on customer requests. This ensures they meet customer demands and manage their inventory efficiently. Secondly is record the financial transaction. They record financial transaction accurately in two ways, which is manual method. They typing invoices or scanning them directly into the PC. Secondly is system method, which is they using invoice home to create and manage invoice. They also use the ALUS system to scan barcode and record transaction efficiently. Thirdly is automated ledger and order system, which is ALUS. ALUS is their software application for financial transactions and invoicing. It's helped them automate and manage invoicing, billing, and transaction more efficiently. ALUS also can track payment, monitor overdue invoices, and sends automated reminders. It also provides robust security to protect their financial data. Lastly is generate financial report. They generate financial report for reference and analysis in two ways. First is manual conversion. They using invoice home to convert invoice to PDF for reference or saving. Secondly is automated report, which is ALUS generate detailed financial report and analytics to making it easier for them to understand their financial status. I will discuss the strengths and weaknesses of their financial transaction of recording process. Let's start with the strengths. Firstly is customer data security. Their system ensure that customer data is secure. Secondly is easier for customer to find shop using Facebook. Okay. Lastly is affordable promotion. It's affordable for them to promote their product and release new product through social media without any payment. Now let's look at the weaknesses. Firstly is cash scammer. Sometimes they encounter issue with fake cash. Secondly is barcode reading issue. Occasionally, their system struggle to read barcode. Lastly is staff attention. Some of their staff may lack attention to spotting fake money. Next, I will discuss some improvement that they can make to enhance their recording processes and overall efficiency. Here are a few key improvements. Firstly is combine invoice with ALUS. Integrating their invoice system with ALUS will streamline their processes and reduce error. Secondly is attentive staff. They need to ensure their staff more attentive to handling money to avoid issue with fake cash. Thirdly is regular maintenance. They need to regularly servicing their system, machine, and ALUS will help prevent unexpected problem in the future. Lastly is expand social media presences. Using more than one social media platform to promote their product will increase their reach and visibility.